You know, we've made huge advances in genomics in the last 10 to 20 years. And you know, we can map out the genomes of individual humans. We know where the genes are. We know what they do. But there seems to be this growing idea that we're just simply a product of our genes. That given what our genes are, that's going to tell us whether we're going to be high stress, whether we're going to get cancer. Even they talked about this God gene, that determines whether you're religious or not.
Sure.
Is that the right way to look at it?
I think certainly there's evidence that our genes give us a predisposition to certain behaviors, to certain diseases, certain metabolism. But I think the proper way of thinking about genes is not just what genes you have, but what genes are turned on or what genes are turned off. And a lot of the research coming out is showing us that there's this feedback loop, this ability for not only your genes to have an impact on you, but for you to have an impact on your genes and how those genes are turned off or turned on.
So your genes are obviously going to have a large impact on your tendency of what you're going to want to do, but we can, by our choices and by our environments, influence how the genes actually express themselves and play out.
Yeah, in fact, I think especially your repetitive behaviors seem to have a large impact on whether you're at risk for disease, whether you are healthier, or whether certain sets of genes put you at risk for a variety of things.
You know, so a lot of people will talk about as though they're just the product of their genes, or that once we've mapped out the genes, we've determined what kind of person you are. But the research really does show that while our genes are very important, do play a very important role in figuring out what our predispositions are, that it's a far more complicated process where our genes influence what we want to do, but also what we choose to do and how we act influences the way our genes are expressed.